was vice president of the Ice Capades. By the way, Mark Turnbull, give it up for Mark. So good. Really good, man. I loved it. For 20 reasons I loved it. I can probably tell you all of them. But my aunt was the vice president of the Ice Capades, and she lived this amazing life. She's still alive, but she's an assisted living now, a pretty old lady. And she traveled all over with them. She had a wonderful love affair with a guy in Italy who was killed on a Vespa. She was on the back of the Vespa. Her life was full of those kind of tragic yet oddly amazing stories. You know, where you go, well, that's cool. Oh, that's horrible. And we would go visit her. My wife and I would go visit her a lot. And she lived in Los Feliz, which I've always thought was the real Hollywood. Like Los Feliz is what Hollywood should be. Like when I came here from Seattle in '83 for a record deal, and I first saw Hollywood, it's like, really? This is Hollywood? And when I saw Los Feliz, it was like, yeah, this is Hollywood. Like all those old, cool, not like Pasadena, except more Spanish somehow. And she lived in this really cool house, a duplex. And she lived on the upstairs, and she rented the bottom floor to like writers and directors and actors and musicians. Always had an interesting life, traveled a lot. Wore costume jewelry, wore those huge brooches, you know, those giant brooches that like had movement inside. Like you're talking to her, you find yourself staring at the brooch. And just a really cool, a lady from a time gone by. And I always thought I should write her a song. And so I wrote her this song, and it's on our new CD that we're working on. But oh, by the way, we have CDs tonight that are unbelievably great. we would really love for you to leave with one. In fact, this one CD that we're selling has 22 songs for $10. I mean, come on.
What a deal.
The deal of the century.
Oh my God.
And only half of them are sad. Like, about half of them are. So anyway, I wrote this.
Make that promise.
Yeah. I wrote this song for her, and we do it in most of our shows. But see if you think this is every word of this is true. There's a tower on the corner with a bell that never rings. There's a cage inside her kitchen with a bird that never sings. There's a door that never opens to a heart that barely beats. There's a box of old love letters that she'll never read again. There's a tired old Mercedes that's become her only friend. There's a road outside her window that she claims it's the only one she needs. Sometimes lonely finds you in a crowd. Sometimes lonely calls your name out loud. She got a duplex in Los Feliz. She rents out the bottom floor. She's had writers, punks, and actors. Some were rich and some were poor, but she announced the occupation every time a new one came. Why does lonely always feel the same? Sometimes lonely calls you by your name. Ah, the sun sits high above the old veranda every day. The friends she's had for all these years have slowly died away. The hat she wears on Sundays has begun to tear it frayed, and time goes by on Waverly Drive. She never leaves So I reached this point in the song, after the song was finished, that's about as sad and lonely of a song as a person could write. I couldn't imagine I could even sing it to her. And I remembered that she lived across the street from a convent. How could I not put that in the song? It's like, there needed to be a reference to this. So this is the nun verse. There's a convent and a park across the street with 40 nuns. In the days of silent movies, it was built for having fun. Now it stands for peace and solitude.